Hey everybody, it's Lauren from the blog Aglassofsuntea. This is my second YouTube tutorial. I posted one just a few days ago on Sunday about how to do your own French looking, like salon kind of looking manicure at home. If you haven't checked it out, you should. And if you have checked it out, I need to say thank you because it was my first YouTube tutorial and it was a total success. So thank you so much for checking it out. The second thing I need to say thank you for is, like I said, I'm from the blog Aglassofsuntea.com, which was launched Monday. So today's Thursday. It's only about 3 days old. And that has also been an enormous success so far, with a huge future ahead of it. So I really need to say thank you for those of you who have checked out my blog. It just really means a lot. For those of you who haven't checked out my blog, it's going to be basically what you find in these YouTube tutorials, but it'll go beyond, way beyond like nails, makeup, hair. It'll cover, my blog is going to cover anything DIY, and everything is going to be super inexpensive. It's going to be for, it's geared for people who want to feel like they look great, and have really nice things and be able to do really cool things in their house or whatever the case is without spending a ton of money. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, okay. So anyways, like I said, thank you for watching and thank you for going to the blog. If you haven't checked it out, it's aglassofsuntea.com. There's a place now where you can subscribe to it. So I really think that you'd like it. Okay, so anyways, today's tutorial is going to be about doing your own eyebrows, okay? So the reason for the tutorial is that I'm a hairstylist and my clients, and we do like facial waxing and stuff like that, my clients will come in and talk about like Kim Kardashian eyebrows. And which obviously they're freaking killer. That chick's eyebrows are perfect, okay? Or really any celebrity. So clients will come in with pictures or will look at pictures or whatever the case is. And the fact of the matter is when you see eyebrows that you're like totally gaga over on celebrities, 99.9% of the times those celebrities' eyebrows are penciled in, okay? And I know it's like, well, no way, because you can see like zoom close up pictures of their faces and you can't see like ridiculous pencil marks, right? But the point is that you can fill in your eyebrows and have them look natural and thick and dramatic without looking like burnt and ernie. So today I'm going to teach two different approaches to penciling in, I should call it penciling, to filling in your eyebrows so they look just a little bit more dramatic and a little bit more defined. So it's kind of funny, but really quick, if you don't think that eyebrows make a huge deal on your face, you guys should Google celebrities without eyebrows because that shit is hilarious. Okay, so I want to talk about colors and textures of material first, okay? So I do makeup applications, and this is what I've found. A lot of people will go, they will start out penciling or filling in their eyebrows with a shadow and a brush, okay? So, excuse me, like a powder shadow with a brush applicator. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a wonderful way to go about it. But here's what I've found, okay? Through all the makeup applications that I've done, bridesmaids, bridal, all of the, on myself, all of it, I found that powder doesn't have the lasting effects as a pencil, okay? So as the day goes on, like if you work an 8-hour day and you have powder in your eyebrows and you want to go out afterwards, like the simplest thing, like your bangs rubbing on it, it's going to take away the drama of that eyebrow. So what I'm saying is the powder doesn't have as long lasting effect as a pencil does, okay? So, but I have a trick with a pencil. It's going to make it look super natural. So you're going to love it. Okay, so before I get into that though, let's talk about color. My total rule of thumb is when you're penciling your eyebrows, you take the darkest color of your hair, okay? Which I've got like, I don't know, ombre or something. I don't even know because it's dark down here, light here, dark here. So I take the darkest color of my hair and choose a pencil that is one shade lighter, okay? The last thing that you ever want is to have eyebrows that are too dark, especially if you don't normally pencil them in, because then you're gonna feel nervous about them. You're gonna feel like people are staring at them all day, which they probably will be because you're gonna be all nervous, and so you're gonna be drawing attention to it. It's gonna be a nightmare. So always, it's like a better safe than sorry type thing. Go a little bit lighter. And then once you get the hang of it, if you want them darker, the leeway is all, you can do whatever you want. If you want them darker, thicker, whatever the case is. But I totally suggest crawl, walk, run when you're just starting out to fill in your eyebrows. Okay? Okay, so with all that being said, I'm going to show you the two techniques that I use to do it, and then I'm going to actually show you how to do it. Okay, the first technique that I use, okay, and this is the primary technique that I use a pencil. Okay, you can get this at any little Walmart, Meijer, Walgreens, anything like that for like $2 or $3. Okay, so it's a shade lighter than my natural, or than my, not, it's certainly not natural, but than my hair color, my darkest hair color. Okay, so you can use this pencil and you can put it straight on your brow. Okay, now that is super scary to a lot of people. Ask me how I know. I've suggested it to people and they get scared. Okay, I understand it's scary. Okay, because it could totally look weird if you don't do it right. So the softer alternative. Now I already explained I don't like powder because it doesn't last long. Okay, the softer alternative to using just a pencil on your brow is to buy one of these brushes. Okay, yay! It's got a flat tip and it's super thin. Okay, so purchase one of these bad boys. Same place as you get this. This thing is like also like $2 or $3. Okay, nothing I ever do, ever, under any circumstance, is going to be expensive. I pinky promise. Okay, so we're looking at like a $6 investment here. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, super flat tip brush. Okay, so for the softer alternative, you can take your pencil and color it on the tip of your brush. Okay. So it's going to be put on like a powder. Yay! So it's going to be all soft and gentle, whatever. To make sure that I actually get the color on the brush, I push it against my finger like this. Okay? Make sure you can see it. Push it against my finger, and then I wiggle the pencil along the edge of the brush, then flip it over and do it on the other side too. Okay? So once you feel like this brush is, not like loaded up, but decently covered with product on the end, you can get started, okay? So I am gonna do, if you look at my eyebrows right now, this is, okay, so really quickly, this is my bathroom mirror. Like you can see back there, this is my bathroom mirror, and I'm gonna be doing this eyebrow with pencil, okay? And the reason is if you look at it, ignore my disgusting skin. But if you look at it, you can see that I have a scar here, okay? So this eyebrow is way sparser and way thinner than this one, okay? I actually decently like the shape of this one, but this one will never look like that. Ask me how I know. Because I've been waxing my own eyebrows for 7 years as a hairstylist. I wasn't born with them. I wasn't born with those super thick, nice eyebrows. It's not in the cards for me, okay? Doesn't matter what I do. Not in the cards. So if I step back and look like this, if you look at this eyebrow, you can like barely even tell where it starts. It looks like it starts like a good 1/2 inch further this way than it actually does. It's not giving me credit for the width that I actually have. So, like I said, this bad boy is going to be done with pencil, and this one is going to be done with pencil, but on the brush. There she is. Okay. So you want your pencil to be decently sharp, okay? A pointed edge, the only problem with like an actual point on the edge is a lot of times because it comes to that really sharp point, it could break off while you're doing this, okay? So it needs to be decently sharp, certainly not dull, okay? So I'm going to be looking in the mirror as I do this, but I'll try to make it so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I do is I start at the bottom of my brow, okay? I follow where my actual brow lands, and I use the flat edge of the pencil. I'm not using this. I'm using the flat edge of the pencil, okay? And I literally smudge along my brow. Okay? So I've got motions going upwards, and I've got motions kind of shooting off to the left towards the edge. Okay? So what this is going to do is ensure that the line that I have is not abrupt and that it's smooth, okay? All right, so already from this far away, you can see a huge, huge difference in my eyebrow from like 10 seconds ago when I stepped back. And then when you get really close, it still looks like a natural eyebrow, okay? It doesn't look freaking like burgundy. It doesn't look like that. It's really nice and natural. And I've only done one part of it, okay? And it already gives me a little bit more of like a little bit more definition to my eye, okay? So the second thing that I'm going to do, so I've already nailed out the bottom, right? So the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top on the thickest part the exact same way. So I'm using the flat edge of the brush, and I'm just very, very super gently rubbing it in. Okay? So check that eyebrow out. That looks pretty sweet. And it doesn't matter how close you get to my face, You're never gonna see a pencil mark. Isn't that cool? So I have now a nice defined looking eyebrow without looking ridiculous like a circus freak. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is I wanna have a little bit more definition over here too. So I'm not really gonna emphasize too much on that because I would never want anybody to go in and fill in their eyebrow like a perfect angle, okay? So all you really wanna do is take the shape that you've got and wiggle that pencil just like I did on the other parts into it. It's just going to give it a little bit more depth, okay? And last but not least, I do want my eyebrows to be a tiny bit wider, and so I'm just going to take the very tip of the pencil and just extend it slightly. Okay? So, not too bad. I mean, really, I don't think anybody would ever look at that and be like, that's fake, ew. So on this brow, I'm going to do the powder one, or I'm sorry, not the powder one. I'm doing the powder alternative, okay? So this brush is loaded up with color from my pencil, okay? You're going to notice when I do this one, this is this is going to be a way softer effect. But for people who don't normally pencil in their eyebrows, or fill in their eyebrows, this is great. If you feel more comfortable with this bad boy, start with this. You'll have the pencil. So once you feel comfortable with this, you can graduate to this bad boy. So this has the color on it, and I'm going to do basically the same thing that I did with the regular pencil. I'm going to look in the mirror, though, okay? So I'm going to go on the bottom of my eyebrow and just kind of smudge it in. And now I've got to the top. I'm just wiggling that product in there. Yay. Okay, with the brush, the effects are just super, super subtle, so you can be a little bit more, what do I want to say? I don't want to say like haphazard, but with the brush, you can be a little bit less diligent. You know, you have a little bit more leeway to go this kind of thing, where if you're doing it with a pencil, you cannot go because then you're going to have lines in it, okay? So if you look at the difference between the two eyebrows, this one is definitely more subtle and way more natural, where this one, which is how I prefer it, has more of that really like bold old Hollywood look. I could actually probably even stand to go a little bit darker because I like that, like Marilyn Monroe kind of thing. So yeah, so that's it. Basically, like I said, you want to start small, go a little bit lighter than you think you should. You know, don't press too hard with the pencil. Use this little brush if you're comfortable with it. Or if you're not comfortable with the pencil, that's great, okay? So crawl, walk, run. But I really think that you're gonna like it. And eyebrows can make a huge difference on a woman's face. It can take you from feeling, you know, normal, like you normally do, to feeling like you have a little bit more of like like an edge. It's really cool. So like I said, thank you for watching again. My blog is called Aglassofsuntea.com. You can subscribe to it. If you could subscribe to my YouTube page, that'd be sweet too. And stay tuned because there will be much, much more. Thanks. Bye.